guys, welcome to my channel. It's Asha Mac. Today we are still hustling hard and we are talking to Kevin Quiroz, who is my cousin Kevin baby. He has started his own company, Paintbox Creations. His photography business has been seen all over the United States, actually, which is pretty cool, being that we're from this little itty bitty town in Michigan. So Kevin, we are so glad to have you. Would you say hello to everyone?
Hey, I'm kind of shy.
Oh, no, he's really not. He's really not. So Kevin, it's been so long since we've seen each other. So much, like we are like full grown now, full grown. He was my photographer for my wedding though, and he did a very good job. And I'm so proud of
you very much.
Yeah, you did. You did a really good job. And yeah, so how are things?
Things are going good. You know, better than they're going good.
They're going good.
You know,
personally
COVID
and professionally.
Yeah, you know, like life is good. I can't complain. Yeah, life is good.
Awesome. Well, we won't hesitate. We're going to get right into it. And I'm just going to start with the first question because, you know, I've known you basically your entire life. You've known me basically my entire life. We graduated together, even like we real close. And when you know, like I've always known you to be always some kind of hustler, you know, but when I saw you starting a photography business, I'm gonna admit I was a little shocked. I didn't know where that came from. So why do you think it was photography that you decided to go with as opposed to anything else that you're good at?
Well, it kind of landed in my lap. So 2011, I got into a little bit of legal trouble. And then, you know, nobody would hire me or give me a job. And I hadn't even been convicted of any crimes yet. I just had things pending. And my lawyer gave me a talk. He was like, hey, you know, you're either going to go to school or go to prison. And somehow media broadcasting. I actually didn't go to school for photography. I went for media broadcasting, which is live video streams and stuff like that. And then I don't even know how I got on my schedule. It was kind of God sent, you know? And then I kind of fell in love with it. And after that, I just kind of ran with it. I started out doing photography, then they moved to video. So the video production was you know, more money. It was photography is cool. You can express yourself, but at the same time, it's kind of boring because everything's just kind of like still.
Right.
So I'm more of the ADD type. My mind is like
going a lot more going on.
Yeah, I got a lot of shit going on. So can I say that?
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah. Okay, all right. So I got a lot of shit going on up here, you know, where my mind's just like, and then I just kind of fell in love with it. And I've been doing it now since maybe about professionally, I'd say since about 2014, 2015. You know, before I was doing it to get out the house because I was on tether.
Yeah.
I got me a DBA. You know, to all those out there that don't know.
I was just about to say, take notes. Yeah, you got a bracelet.
Take notes.
Get a DBA.
Take notes. Get a DBA, and then you get work release, right? And then you get the work release, and then you just fax them over some shit, tell them this is where I gotta be at, and they can't do nothing about it.
That's awesome. So now you get out of the house and you making some coins.
Exactly.
You know, so don't waste your time.
You gotta pay for that tether. They want their money.
That's true. You do have to pay for that. You gotta pay for your stay in jail. It's like a hotel.
When I did it, you had to get the phone line too. So, you know, the second time I didn't have to get the phone line, they had upgraded because it was a couple years later. But the first time
now you actually have to pay into the phone. Like you can't call collect and you can't do whatever that whatever that lady is that calls you when
the
you
JPay lady.
It's expensive too. It's like it's a racket.
Yeah, it's super expensive, but they want their money, so they gotta let me out the house.
Yeah. Right on, right on. Okay, so would you say that, I know you said you went for media broadcasting, but do you think that like just starting out that the film was more in your wheelhouse, like in your skill set, or were you learning as you went with both, with photography and?
I kind of learned as I went. You know, I got my first camera. I got my refund check back from Delta, right?
Mm-hmm.
I bought a camera.
Mm-hmm.
The chick I was with at the time, she was like, "You gonna spend this much on the camera, and this is all you really got?" You know what I mean? And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Yeah, I already was fucked over, so I really didn't.
No
It didn't really
F-bombs,
matter."
sir.
Oh, my bad. I was
They
already
won't
screwed
they won't
over.
monetize this video in the future now. That's it.
Can we start over? Let's start over.
It's
Okay.
okay.
So, all right. So look, like they like sometimes you have to invest in yourself and you have to believe in yourself. You know, like, and I believed in myself and I believed in what I was doing and I loved what I was doing. So it was
Yeah.
cool. You know, and I just kind of bought the camera. The camera was like $1,200. It was a
Okay,
Canon.
so since we're talking about the camera, we were going to get to it later, but what did you
Yeah,
start with? Like what
a,
equipment did you start with?
a Canon T4i.
Okay.
Yeah, which is very entry level.
Yeah,
You know,
okay. See, I don't even have a Canon, I have a Nikon.
yeah. See,
And
Nikon's are for pictures, and Canon is more for film
yeah, and
and
it's a point and shoot, but I use it for video, but you know, like I am really just starting out and it works for me because I have
yeah.
good lighting and good
You should get a GoPro.
audio. What's that? I have one.
This is, yeah, get you a GoPro. It's a second shooter.
I have it. I've had it for a year and a half and
Never
it's
use it.
still in the box. I mean,
Yeah.
I took it out and looked at it, but I just didn't really know what to do with it. So I just put it
Oh,
back in the box.
monster right
Yeah.
here for
Okay.
sure. Yeah, I did a
We'll have
whole
to talk
first
about
round
that later.
graduation with this deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So we'll definitely have to talk about that later. So you started with a decent DSLR
yeah,
and then that was really it. You just got your camera and you were off to the races.
yeah. Pretty much.
That's awesome. See, and that's what happens when you believe in what you're doing. Like people think that
Yeah.
they need all this extra special lens or all these, you know, high-end clients, or they need to look a certain way, or they got to have a certain education. If you want to do something and you know that you're going to put yourself into it and you're going to be consistent, just get what you need to start and go, you know?
Yeah, get what you need to start. And people would look at me crazy, like,
Mm-hmm.
you make this for that? And I'll be like,
Yeah.
yeah, bro. You know, like I
Uh-huh.
got the stock lens that it came with, and then I bought
Mm-hmm.
a 50 millimeter lens, which was like $100.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I started with, you know, and it just kind of grew from there. But man, you don't need all that extra fancy stuff. You know, I got the
Right.
fancy
Look,
stuff now.
if you can't shoot, then the
Right.
camera's not gonna
You
help
just
you.
can't do it. You know,
Got
if it ain't
crooked
in you.
lines, crooked horizon in the background. It's
Exactly.
blurry. I feel you. Okay. So I've always wondered because when you did my wedding, I had no idea even that this was a real business. Can you hear my son? I'm so sorry. He is screaming downstairs.
I don't know.
But I had no idea. I thought it was just like a little hobby. And then I was like, oh, Paintbox Creations. What is that? Oh, what is that? Oh, he must have, like, I didn't even know that that was you. I was like, oh, he must have sent this off for somebody to edit it, even though we were at your house picking out the photos and stuff. How did you come up with that name? Who designed your logo?
Okay, so I came up with the name because it's a media term. It's a media term. It's a machine, right? And it takes a bunch of images and it turns it into one. And I seen it in the media dictionary, and I was like, "Oh, that's a good name." And then it is a good name. It was like friendly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like everybody.
Yeah, it's friendly and it sticks, you know. And your logo goes right along with it, and it's like kind of genius, like the name and the logo together. You don't need the logo to know the name, and you don't need the name to know the logo. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and my buddy Nate from Lansing, man, he's a computer designer. I mean, a website designer, a graphic designer. He actually came up with the logo for me, so I was blessed to know the right people. You know,
that's really cool. That's really cool. We got to help each other out. I think that's a cool thing. I know you were saying that about Houston, like how like it's all love there. I think we're kind of in an era, even though certain places haven't like caught the bug, but I feel like all this quarantine and lockdown has really caused people to like build tribes, so we got to really be conscious of not giving too much of ourselves, but helping people out. And I think that's really cool that you had somebody, you know, and you got a lot of people in your corner that's
And it's
really,
not
you
like
know,
that. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not like that where everybody helps everybody in Saginaw. And like people, it's a crabs in the bucket here, right? So
yeah.
I don't collaborate with anybody here, not by like choice. You know, I've
Mm-hmm.
reached out to people. I've tried to like, you know, hey, what's up? You know, this, and people don't understand like it's enough money for everybody. You
Yeah,
know,
it's
and like,
so much. And that's the thing. There's power in numbers. Like everybody's
mm-hmm,
trying to get to this echelon, but they don't want to help nobody else out. It's like, how do you get over a wall? You can't get over a wall by yourself. You got to push somebody up and they got to pull you up. And then y'all both gonna
yeah,
go. There's still enough other
yeah,
side of the wall for
yeah.
everybody else. It's not gonna
And they don't get that
be,
mentality here.
that's a whole sermon. It's a
Yeah,
whole sermon. So if you out there and y'all shady and y'all don't want to help people, you're gonna be sitting right where you sitting next year. Guaranteed.
right.
I guarantee you. So did you, when you first got started, like when you did my wedding in 2015, did you have like your LLC and all of that, or did you get that
Oh,
later?
I got that actually later. I've had an LLC for like 2 years now.
Okay.
I started out with a DBA, sole proprietorship, and
Mm-hmm.
then after I got a couple mentors and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that, they kind of put me up on game. So I switched it up after that, you know.
Okay.
But that's like the best route I could have ever
So when
take.
you got started, you had your DBA. Do you need a seller's permit to do photography?
I don't know.
Okay.
I had a camera.
You may need it, you may not, but
Hey,
as
look,
far
I
as
was
I
gonna
know, so for any of you guys that don't have the, you know, $300 or whatever to put down some legal Zoom or whatever, get your soul prop. Is free, I think. I can't remember. I think it was like,
it was $20 for DBA here in Saginaw.
I
But you know
think
what? If it,
when I did mine in Florida, I think it was
uh,
like $13. And here in
yeah,
Virginia, I think it's free. So
yeah.
check, you know, check for your state, but get that. Just know that's cheap and that's going to keep you from getting in trouble when you get caught
And if they want an
selling marijuana.
LLC here in Michigan, they can go ahead and holler at me. I'll do it for $150. How about that?
If you're in Michigan and you need an LLC and you need a registered, what is it called? A registered advisor, registered agent.
I don't know. You get an EIN number and you get your
Yeah,
LLC,
he'll hook you up.
documented with the state. You come holler at your boy because I do that too.
There you go. There you go. And I'll be putting all of his information down in the description box. So if you do want to connect with him, you'll have everything you need to do that down below. So, oh, and then just another side note, a seller's permit is free. So if you are leery about whether you need one or not, just go on, just Google how to get a seller's permit for your state, and then you can find one for free. And you can even download the PDF. You don't need to print nothing or mail nothing or whatever. You're good. Okay. Now here's the fun part, because these are the questions that I really wanted to know. I kind of have an idea how you got your first clients, because I know some of your first clients, but
Yeah.
really get into that for these people out here who don't have like money for advertising and all this stuff. I really, you know, it's not necessary in the beginning anyway, but how did you get your first client?
Okay, so my first client was I used to do personal stuff, right? But let's switch over into the business aspect of it because I'm strictly business to business now at this point. So I wake up 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, throw on some nice little khakis, some nice little, you know, comfortable shoes, a button up, and I get my ass out the house and I find like plazas, right? And I'll walk door to door to every
Classes,
little
you
bit.
said?
No, plaza, like a plaza of businesses,
Plazas.
like Green
Okay.
Acres, right? I
Mm-hmm.
go to Green Acres. I'll walk to every business in that plaza, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll talk to them. I'll spend about 5-10 minutes. It just depends on what they're talking about, you know. I'll spend like 5-10 minutes in there talking to them. It's a law of averages, right? So the
Right.
more people that you talk to, the more your success rate is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I join organizations. I'm a part of the home builders associations. That deals with residential properties and stuff like that. And then I'm also a member of the Associated Builders and Contractors.
Okay.
So those are the people that do like malls, they build airports, they build commercial properties all over the country though.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up shooting their national conference out there in Long Beach.
Okay.
So that worked out really well.
Mm-hmm.
And like you just gotta kind of network. Networking is major key. I don't really get no jobs on the internet.
Just walking up and down the strip, just asking,
walking up and down the strip,
just telling people. So what do you pitch them? Like when you walk in there, you don't just say, "Hey, I got a camera and take some pictures." Like what do you
all right, I'm gonna give you my pitch, right? First of all, you gotta go to the thing and you gotta make some business cards, right? My business cards are cool. Like they're super cool. They look like, look, can you see it? They look like
that is really cool.
Yeah, so it's like a clapboard, right?
Uh-huh.
And and then they scan the little thing. I'll be like, hey, get your phone out.
Hang on one second.
I'm calling.
We're about to get some noise. Let me shut this door.
All right.
All right, go on.
So I walk in, I have them pull their phone out. It's a bunch of call to actions, right? So, hey, how you doing? My name is Kevin. I'm from Paintbox Creations. We do this. Okay. What do you guys have in place for your marketing and advertising? What do you guys have on your Facebook, on your Instagram, website, right? And then sometimes they'll be like, oh, we really don't have anything in place. And, we've been thinking about doing something. Once they hit me with they're thinking about doing something, I'll be like, so what's stopping you from doing it?
Mm-hmm.
And then I get to, well, pull your phone out, scan this, but just give me your camera. And I show them how easy and how accessible it is for them to, to see the work.
Right.
Some people might hit me with oh, we already have that. Oh, do you? Let me see it. And I sit there and I'm like, let me see it. And then they'll show me, I'm like, that's all right. Scan the card. Let me show you what I can do. And then I also, like, when I go in and after the first initial, I walk in and talk to them, we'll set up a meeting, right? And I'll do it like a day or two after. And then I'll come in and we'll set up a plan. Like, it's not about like, okay, I can come in and shoot a video and it's going to be cool and it's going to be dope and it's going to make you look good. But what are you going to do with the video afterwards?
Right. How are we going to turn this into money?
How are you going to turn this into money? What kind of plan do you have? Where are you going to put it? And how much money do you have to push it? On social media, you have to buy ads, right? Unless you organically already have a following, which is not very often around here. And
even still, if you have a following, you got to have a real loyal audience that takes action. And that's not nearly ever the case.
Yeah. So, and then we just go from there. I just sit in there. I sell myself because I'm a very personable person, and like I talk like I got some sense, and I dress nice, so they like that. So when I go in there, I just tell them, how I can help their business. We talk about their goals. We talk about their problems. How can I be beneficiary to them and add value? That's my main target. Right.
So that's cool. And it's so funny because that's something I think that's really simple to do, but it ain't easy for a lot of people is, just to walk into somewhere and just say, hey, and be bold enough when they say no, because no tightens up a lot of people's buttholes. And that's the worst thing somebody can say. So just come back at them with something else. Let them say no again. Like for me, you got to say no to me 3 times before I stop. Like I'm waiting for that third no, and then I'll say, all right, I'm not going to bother you. And then I'm still going to shoot you an email or a text message or a postcard.
Emails suck, though. Emails, for me, emails suck. I might have got like 2 sales.
I think for photography, it's not necessarily a good thing, but for e-commerce, it's good. If I'm if I'm providing a service, I'm going to text you or I'm going to send you a postcard. You get one of those 3 from me if you said 3 no's to me, and then I'll be done. Like
they can't tell me nothing. They gonna give me something.
Say what?
So what you got here? We'll barter. We'll start bartering.
Yeah.
I like to barter. If they got something that I want to, we can barter.
Yeah.
So look, we'll work something out.
And that's the thing. That's a good thing you said there too, because I think sometimes people are too proud to not get cash. Now, if you believe in service.
Well, right there with that statement, let me stop you right there. They're too prideful to not get cash, right? I did this shit for free for years.
And you have to. You have
years.
to. How are you going to
But you
build
have to do it for the
anything?
right people. You have to do it for
Mm-hmm.
the right people. You have to find nonprofits. You have to find community like organizations and stuff like. You can't just go shoot rap videos for free.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's not gonna get you
Right.
here. I don't even shoot rap videos. Like, don't
Mm-hmm.
even come at me about no rap video.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
you
not
have
the
to do.
only place to make money. Okay, so speaking of which, let's
Yeah.
list some of the things that you started, because I know when I saw there was a it was like a real estate thing or something that you shot in, like it was in Long Beach or somewhere.
Yeah. I shot a house
And
in Calabasas.
Calabasas. And I was just like, okay, he's really like thinking outside of the box. And technically, it ain't even outside the box, because we look around every day and we see
Yeah.
videos and photography of all these things. Do you think that those pictures just magically appeared? So what
Right.
are some of the other, like some of the types of businesses that you provide your services to?
I do small businesses, no matter what it is.
I mean,
I
like
try to,
specific types, like you did real
like
estate
restaurants.
and
I do restaurants.
Mhm.
Restaurants, I have a contract with the school districts. Um, like any kind of business. As long as it's a business, I'm gonna come in and show what you do, how you do it, where you located. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The real estate thing, that's cool. I do that. I do construction. I do just all type. If you
Yeah.
have a business, I got a counseling place tomorrow.
See, anything. And see, that's the thing. I think people, when they get outside of doing like you said, rap videos or family photos or graduation, like they're at a loss. Like they don't realize,
Yeah.
like you're not just going to be like shooting Ford models. Like
Right.
everybody needs a photographer.
I don't even want
I need a
models. They ain't
photographer.
got
Like
no.
everybody needs one.
Yeah, I don't want no models. And
No,
if you're gonna shoot graduate, look, we're gonna shoot graduation. Did you see the Bertrand and Bridgeport graduation videos?
I did. I did.
Oh, those are the
Yeah.
type of graduation videos I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
And you know what? That's
for
what I'll do
sure.
too. I'm gonna add some links to some of your stuff down there too, because people need
Yeah,
to see. They need to be
yeah.
able to think outside the box. I know there are a lot of people, and even after I did the first photography video, and I'll link that in the card so you guys can see that one too. A lot of people started asking me, like they want to see. And so I'll put some of that stuff down there below, because they don't even know some of these opportunities are there. They don't know, because nobody's going to go out there and tell you to go walk up the strip mall and talk to every
Yeah,
business in that place.
yeah.
So,
But that's how you got to do it. That's guerrilla marketing.
yeah,
I'm a
that's
hustler. I
hustling
don't hustle
hard.
everything.
That's hustling. People want to, employees want to be hustlers, and that's just, you got to get
No.
out of that mindset.
Yeah, because the schools teach us to be employees. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But at
Yes,
the
they
same
do.
time, I came from the street, right? Like I
Mhm.
was in the streets and shit. And
Mhm.
like if you take that and apply that to something else, it's the same hustle, just a
Yes.
different product. It's a different product.
Man, you've been preaching a whole bunch of sermons in here, but you're
I
right.
ain't got to tell nobody nothing.
Right.
I've never had no interview, but I'm gonna keep it real. You know what I mean? I got 2 felonies.
Yeah.
2. You know what I'm saying? So if I can do it, then anybody can really get out here and get it.
Exactly.
But do you want to get it? But everybody's always wants like instant gratification, right? They're not gonna go through the struggle, because I ain't have no regular job when I was going through the struggle. I still kind of did what I did, but at the same time, I just kind of separated myself as time went on. And now you can't nobody touch me. You know what I mean? Like they can't.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
Regardless of what cards you were dealt, what life you lived, what life you chose, because I didn't always choose the right path back in the day either.
No.
But you learn so much through that. You learn a whole bunch, and then when you decide to do the right thing, you have a lot to apply to it. So don't count yourself out just because you made some mistakes. You probably got a lot more knowledge than that person that sat in the classroom.
It's all mine. There's no re-up money anymore.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. I hear you. I think they hear you too.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. So you started out giving away free services, and then slowly you started paying. I paid for my wedding photos, you guys. Also,
Yeah.
just know, don't go asking your family for free stuff.
You see, and
Um,
I love that because them niggas be on my head. I be like, I ain't even got time for that stuff, man.
and you know what's so funny? I had you do my photos, and I had my other cousin Elliot do my cake, and people couldn't believe that I paid y'all like regular prices. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
Elliot had never done a wedding cake, but he was young, and I wanted to encourage him, and I paid him what the bakery quoted me.
yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying? Like,
love. You know why? Because you're that type of person, man, and that's love. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, so when you need something else, I'm like, well, I should look out for me. You
right.
know,
Mm-hmm.
when I was down, you know, and she gave me
Yeah.
an opportunity. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So people don't look at that like I look at things. I look at things a little bit differently.
Yeah. Yeah. So what was the question I was asking? We done got out, we got sidetracked.
I don't know. We just talking.
Oh yeah. So we were talking about you started off, with free clients and you slowly started
Yeah,
making money.
yeah.
How fast did your business grow? Did you really, like, I know you've been doing it for, honestly, I look at how it feels like such a short amount of time that you've been doing this and you've been doing
Yeah.
such great things with it. Do
Yeah.
you, how fast has your business grown? Like, how many clients do you think you've worked with over the past, what has it been? 5 years,
Um,
6 years?
about 5, 6 years. You know, like professionally about 5. You know.
Yeah.
I've worked with probably like 100 different clients, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're all referrals, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I'll do some work with somebody, they'll refer me to their friend.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's how you're gonna get a lot of business. I don't get a bunch of everybody calling me like, "Hey, what's up? I heard you're the guy," and like I
Oh yeah.
don't get that.
It's
Yeah,
coming though. It's coming.
yeah.
You might as well get that phone line ready.
See,
This look,
I'm trying to build
they
a
still
team
have
now, so I
phone
don't have to do
lines.
everything. Yeah,
Am
I
I
got one here
am
right
I that
now, and
old?
I'm like, why do we got that? You know, like, why we got a house
What is
phone,
this
bro?
for? It's for them people that's about to start calling, going, "Are you that guy? We're looking for that guy."
I'm exclusive. Like, when I move, I'm gonna be just exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, but do you maintain all those clients, like the clients that you worked with? I know you did like a skate shop. Like, do those people, do you like hit them up later and be like, hey, you
Boo
good?
Johnson. Okay, so the skate shop was out in Long Beach, and that's my guy, Boo Johnson. He's like a professional black skateboarder. He's very successful. That was when I went there this time. So the first time I went, I just shot it, right? And then the
Mm-hmm.
second time I went, I got to meet him, and he cut a check.
Mm-hmm.
So it was cool,
Yeah.
but most of the people that I do work with, I actually, I can call them right now, like, hey, what's up? What you
Yeah,
got
but I
going
mean, are
on?
you like following up with them like to do more work, or just like some people you build a relationship with and that's just you just built a relationship?
I don't know. See, that's where I kind of lack at is
Mm.
I'm always looking for the new something,
Yeah.
and that's kind of like every aspect, and that's
Mm-hmm.
like kind of, but I don't really follow up with people like that. I need to.
So I'm gonna
It's a
guess that
great
you don't
idea,
have any employees right now.
right? I don't have no employees.
I
No.
think maybe that's an open door for you right there. If you had an assistant that did all those follow-ups and did all that old boring shit that you already done, you can send them
Yeah.
out to do that and you still get a
So
piece and you can go and do
cool
the new
little thing
stuff.
right here. I got
Hmm.
an intern
Do you?
in Houston. I got an intern in Houston. They ready to work for free. They was like, "Oh, you the nigga?" Like,
See?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Cause look, I'm in the club with Dre and Michelle, and
Oh my Lord. See,
look,
yeah.
everybody got their cameras, right? And I'm like the
Hmm.
video guy that doesn't have his camera. Like, he's not in
Right.
here on that tip. They're like, "Oh, this nigga must really be somebody," right? So I got like two.
Got your
I had a
intern
chick.
over
I
there.
had a chick give me a whole resume, like a paper resume though, with like 2 or 3 pages. But you know what? That chick hooked me up with a job to go do at South by Southwest.
Oh
You know
wow.
what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah. So I don't ever like talk to people different. I don't ever treat them funny. I know stuff
Yeah.
like that. I'm always open to like
Hmm.
work with people, man, woman, ugly, fine, whatever. I
Hmm.
don't care. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, no, but I got like 2 interns in Houston right now that
Hmm.
are ready to work. And I was like, that's how they do it, huh? Like free
Yeah.
work? Okay. Yeah.
Hmm. That's awesome. That's really cool, because I think that's also something. And dang, I wish I would have structured this more so that people watching would know that we were getting to this. But I think that's something that a lot of people, they get their business to a certain point and they're afraid to commit to a salary for someone. And people don't talk about that enough. They don't talk about being able to get an intern, because you have a licensed business. You can sign off for them. They can get college credit or whatever. And you have basically free labor.
Yeah.
But and then
But
on
I did
top
the
of
free
that,
labor.
if
I
you
was the
buy
intern
anything
for
for them to
myself.
work on, if you give them a computer, if they have whatever, you can write it off. So
yeah, see, I was
just,
my own intern for so long. You know, like I worked. I literally was my own intern for years. I literally put in the work and worked for free for years. And if it wasn't free, it was pennies on the dollar. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't just jump from here to here overnight. You know, and I understood that concept, and like I just kind of never gave up.
Oh, Kevin. Oh goodness.
I'm so grown now, huh?
I know, but it's what I have always seen in you. And I remember back when you got in that trouble and we were standing outside in a parking lot at Rascals. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
And I think you were trying to sell me some TVs or something.
Hustling something though.
And I was just saying to myself, I'm like, why are you doing this? Because we literally used to sit and smoke in high school. And we would talk about how people would be living the street life and they should just take that. Like, if you get in some trouble, you should just take what you know and apply it to something legit. And we used to say it all the time, but neither one of us were doing it. And it was like, when that day occurred, I was just like, oh, snap. Like, we need to take our own advice. Like, we just need to take our own advice. A lot of people don't. And it's easy to see it, but a lot of people don't get a second chance. So thank God you got a second chance, you know?
I only got, it only took once for me to, like, jail wasn't for me. And I was there like frequently. You know, like, I'm good on this.
Yeah, it's no good. It's a no-go. It's a no-go.
No-go.
So talking about being able to have an intern, and you were your own intern, when were you officially able to start like paying yourself? Like, and not just pay yourself and your business suffers, like how do you like pay yourself and still have, you know, like backup funds to be shooting over here and shooting over there? Like, when were you able to start paying yourself?
I just pay myself bare minimum, you know?
Yeah, but so you just always were able to pay yourself?
Yeah, no. I just started maybe paying myself 2019, maybe.
2019.
You know, to where I set it aside, like, hey, this is for me. All the other time, I was just like, it's all mine. Yeah. Because listen, but the key to business is keep overhead down, so it can be yours if you want it to be yours. You know what I'm saying? So I just keep my overhead down, make sure that things are everything, and just keep it moving.
Yeah, because that's the thing too. You know, with a business like this, you already have your equipment, everything's invested. Really, the only thing that you would have to spend extra money on is if you know, like I said, needed to go out of town, you know, to shoot on location, or I really honestly can't think of anything.
I carry my book bag around with my equipment, and it's about $5,500 worth of equipment in there. So I mean, my stuff is not cheap. I bought this, which is like a little Sony camera. It's A7 III, and it's like one of the best cameras out. So I got a little gimbal that I use when I go to places so that it looks stable.
Yeah.
Put it up on the gimbal, like I'm walking with it. It's cool. Little drone. I got a couple of these.
Yeah.
Little drone. Yeah, it just flies around like.
So basically, you just kind of reinvest a little bit here and there, every once in a while to get some new equipment. But other than that,
I'll go broke investing in something before I waste some money.
Right.
So you know, it's gonna come back. Because the price just went up at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. For real though. Cool. If I got the fly, shit. You're gonna have to pay for this. You know. If it
I
comes to
hear
no
you. I hear
$200
you. Got
video with $6,000 worth of equipment.
yeah. Okay. So yeah. So I guess that flight thing. That's really that's a
Yeah.
yeah. So realistically, this is a business where you can just get your equipment and start paying yourself. Once you
Yeah.
get some paying clients.
Exactly.
Once you get the paying clients, so that's
You
cool.
got to be in the right room to get those
Mhm.
clients.
So we talked about your services, and I really think that's kind of cool that you've been able to do still photography and then just segue that right into video, because I don't think a lot of people are interested enough in doing video, because I feel like there's just some fear there, like, you know what I mean, like it's that unknown, just like we were saying about marketing yourself, it's just the unknown when people don't try. So that's cool. So how do you how do you figure like what to charge different clients, because different people want different things, like how do you monitor, like how do
Okay,
you
so I go in
decide like
there.
a number for that?
We have a consultation, and it just really depends on how many hours I think it's going to take me to do the project. So
Okay, and it's
let's
the
say,
same
all right,
hourly wage for everything?
nah, hell nah, because some places have more money. So I'm gonna go in there. If I know they got more money, then I'm gonna charge them more to do it because I'm adding value to what they have already.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the biggest thing. Know your value. Know what you're giving to them. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
no,
saying?
yeah.
How much do they charge clients? You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's a factor in that too. Like if I go into some place and everybody that they serve or whatever has to pay a couple $1,000, I'm gonna go in there with a high number. You know, I'm
Yeah.
gonna start high. You
Mm-hmm.
know, but something like a restaurant or something where they're gonna have to deal with more people to get the money back that they spent shopping with me, you know, it might be a little bit lower. You know, and I'm fair and I'm not greedy. I'm humble, and I mean, it's just really my time. So that's all I
So
really have.
let's have some two fictitious restaurants here. So we got Mama June's restaurant, and she's just serving food out the window at her house, versus McDowell's,
McDonald's. Yeah,
and they're,
yeah.
so how much would you charge Mama June, and how much would you charge McDowell's to shoot like a 15-second ad?
15. See, most of my stuff is 30 or 60 seconds,
So 30
right?
seconds.
Okay, so 30 seconds, Mama June gonna come about $1,000, and
About how much?
about 1,000.
About 1,000. Okay.
Yeah, and McDowell, uh, they gonna come about 6 or 7.
Okay. All right. So yeah. All
Sometimes
right.
I'll give people like a high, like I'll be like, I don't like to do weddings, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be like, well, 3,400, and I'll do your wedding. That weeds out the people that are just like people I really don't want to work with, you know. And if they're
Like
serious
I
about
will
it,
I will give you a bag of disposable cameras
hey,
just
look,
to never
hey,
call me again.
hey, and the people who are gonna work with you are not gonna interfere with what you got going on, and like I just kind of gotta I weed out the jobs that I don't want. But
Okay.
if they're gonna pay, then I'll do it for this.
Right on. Right on. So at this point, like I was asking how you pay yourself and everything, I should have asked this right behind that. How do you track, do you even bother to track your finances with your business? I
QuickBooks.
mean, hmm?
Yeah, I always develop an invoice and I
Hmm.
just do QuickBooks.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's good.
it's easy, it's simple. Anybody can do it. I'm doing it all on my own. If you're somebody that's just an entrepreneur that does it on their own, use QuickBooks. You
So,
know,
and you use their invoicing, like, or do you do your own, like a lot of
I
people?
got my own invoicing thing, and then I just kind of insert the information
Okay.
every job.
All right. And because let's see, so I know that QuickBooks has like their own, like you could do invoicing and all that, billing and all that stuff like integrated with them. Do you know if
Mhm.
that changes how much it costs, or is that all built right in?
I think it's all built in.
It's
I
all
don't
built
know.
right
I
in.
don't use none of that extra stuff.
Yeah.
I put it in my
I feel you. I
own.
like to keep it simple too. I
Keep
feel like I
motivated
lose
now.
control It's like I went from driving a manual car. I haven't driven a stick shift in like 6 years. And when I first got this automatic car, I
Yeah.
felt like I was like driving on ice. Like I don't have no control.
Yeah.
I like to have control of my finances and my vehicle. All right. And then really my last question is just like, how do you feel like you can continue to innovate on what it is that you're doing? Like, do you just, I mean, is this it? Like, are you cool with that? Because I can understand that too. Or I know you said you like something new all the time. You just gonna keep on like
That's my problem, man. I was like,
that's not a problem to have. You got your
that's,
business, you know what that is. And I think the creativity is awesome.
that's the problem to have. You always want something new. You know what I mean? Look.
Well, that is a problem, sir.
Look, no, for real, I'm just joking. But look, and now I'm at the point where I want to build a team, right? Because I can't keep doing it all myself.
Right.
So I want to scale it. But I also have another LLC that I got popping. And, it's on the recreational side of things, in Michigan. We're friendly.
You can speak on it if you want.
Yeah, man. Like I got a grow license, right? Class A. So that means I can grow 100 plants. When that stuff, like when it grows, which it will, I want to open my own dispensary.
Okay.
And sell my own weed that I grow. All my weed seeds are from California.
Okay.
So I don't have the same kind of marijuana that the people around here got.
Where you are, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a different what do you call it, like market. I'm just kind of got some exclusive stuff going on. But so that's where we're going right now. I have to put people in place to run it for me though.
So do you think that once that gets established, and it's because that realistically is going to make you a shit ton of money. Do you think that Paintbox is something that you would sell? Like, are you going to build this out and then sell the business?
I'm going to build this out because this is my passion. One thing is for money. This is because I love to do it.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to put my kids on with it. My son already goes to jobs with me sometimes. My son goes to jobs with me sometimes already. Yeah. So, I mean, this is my passion. It's something I like to do, and it's something that I'll never sell.
Awesome.
That business, I might sell that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
You can make a nice little penny on that.
Exactly.
All right. Well, cool. Well, I don't have any more questions for you. Is there anything that you would like to tell, like aspiring photographers like yourself, or even some felonious wannabe photographers that maybe we didn't cover?
All right. So all I really would like to express to people is that no matter what your circumstances is, no matter what you were doing before you did it, no matter like whatever odds you're up against, man, don't ever let nobody tell you that you can't do something or you can't be anything or you can't be successful. You know what I'm saying? I went through a lot of hardships in my life, and I sold drugs for years, and like after I got caught and after I went to jail and like dealing with the system, I was on probation, felony probation for like 6.5, 7 years, you know what I'm saying? Pissing in the cup, people telling me what I can and can't do, where I can and can't go. You know what I mean? I'll never do that again because the rewards in the streets don't match the rewards in the corporate world. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's really important that young Black men or minority men understand that just because you don't see that kind of success in your neighborhood, you don't see the doctors, you don't see the lawyers, you see the dope man. So you look up to the dope man because he got the girls, he got the car, he got the jewelry, he got all that. You know what I'm saying? But that's fictitious. Life ain't about the what you see in the videos and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And like, you want to make your mother proud, and that's my thing. And it's just humbling experience to work for myself. I'm blessed. And I just never gave up. Just don't give up. Find something you like to do and just never give up, man. And like, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be broke. It's gonna be very, very hard road. But I'm telling you, the rewards at the end are gonna be so great. You know what I'm saying? That you just can't even, you know. And I'm emotional about talking about it and shit. But it's real. You know, they took everything I had, everything. They can't take nothing. You know what I'm saying? They can't take nothing from me. And I just want to be an inspiration to other people. I got 2 felonies. Just don't give up on it. Don't give up on yourself, man. Invest in yourself. That's the best investment you could ever make is in yourself. You know? And that's just real. And it's just, I don't know, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. And pray. Pray every day. You know, life ain't gonna be perfect, but just pray. You know?
Oh my goodness, now you gonna make me cry.
I know I'm finna cry and shit too. Hey, for real though, man.
All right, you guys.
Yeah, this is emotional.
I know.
Hey, it's the crowd and shit. Oh, for real though, you know. I love you. Good to see you. I gotta go to work though.
All right, guys. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you for your time. Everybody, I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And like I said, all of his information is below. Until next time, be blessed.
Hey.